Mouse PI for Hire is a rubber house style first person shooter developed by Fumi Games and Playside Studios. The game was first announced in 2023, and from the time I first laid my eyes on the game, I was very impressed by the visual artistry and soundtrack that the game provided. It was delayed a few times, but it finally arrived earlier this year. Voiced by the legendary voice actor Troy Baker, known for his role as Joel in The Last of Us, he plays a mouse named Jack, a private investigator in the town of Mouseburg, investigating several interesting cases. From the very start, I got very big Doom vibes from this game and a cartoony, mousy aesthetic, similar to the old Mickey Mouse cartoons, which I've always adored this style. The combat loop in the game is extremely satisfying and it's very hard to top, just hordes of enemies coming at you, and you get to choose which weapons you want to use to take them out. People might be tired of it, but I just love running from room to room and taking out enemies. Doom will always be one of my favorite games of all time because of this gameplay loop, and Mouse PI literally takes it a step forward with the art style. Another thing that absolutely blew me away in this game was the stellar voice acting. You'd think a rubber house kind of game with talking mice would just be okay, but they shared no expense with that talent, and I really felt the personalities and the emotions that these characters had, and I gotta give the VA their props with their performances. And another point similar to that, the characters have so well written and well acted that they felt like real people, and I had a real connection to them. And it's just a testament to the overall abilities that the voice actors had. The story was also extremely intriguing, which took me back because I wasn't expecting to be drawn into the story as well and as much as I did. And I gotta give it up to the writers for giving us such an amazing script. It wasn't anything too groundbreaking, but it was enough to keep me invested. A lot of the gameplay aspects outside of the Doom rubber house style really impressed me as well was the unique way of lockpicking they introduced, where you used your tail to pick the lock. The way it's set up where you couldn't back up because it's a tail and you could get spiked as you went through, so you got jolted out of it, was really cool and realistic. The objective marker also was a duster, which is like one of those old-fashioned detective dusters, which I thought was really cool, and I really liked the attention to detail that the game had. Another thing the game really did well was the nods to certain series, whether it was the Welcome to Leon sign from Resident Evil or the Red Queen trial from Alice in Wonderland. And just some of the names that the mice had that played onto other real-name celebrities made me laugh. And the humor in the game was actually really top-notch with the jokes, the puns, and just the overall goofy nature of the game really put a smile on my face. The music in the game was also freaking phenomenal, and I couldn't believe they cooked as hard as they did. I'm a huge sucker for smooth jazz, especially the 1930s era of jazz, and the game hit every single itch I had for that genre. I was vibing the entire time the game was playing, and I felt like I had a soundtrack to every single battle. And some of the points felt straight ripped out of Cowboy Bebop, and it sounded freaking amazing. And I can't stress enough that they absolutely killed it. Overall, there's a lot of great things about this game, but there's also a few things that I have to say that I was not impressed with, and that was there being no mission select. After you beat the game, that's it. You have to start the game completely over and redo things. So if you mess a collectible up or anything like that, you were done. You got to restart the entire game to get that collectible, and or if you missed a chest when you were lockpicking, it would lock you out of that chest and you had no chance to retry it, which I thought was very, very annoying. Considering those are really the only things I had an issue with in this game says a lot, and I think it's pretty much a masterpiece, and I need more games set in this world immediately. If you are a fan of Doom-style combat loops, killer soundtracks, and Rubber Nose-style games, then you absolutely need to check this one out. Fumi Games absolutely cooked with this game, and it might not be the best game I've played this year, but it will hold a memorable spot in my mind for many years to come, and is definitely the most fun I've had in a game so far. And it's only $40. So it's a must play for the gamers out there, and I cannot recommend it enough. With all said and done, I have to give the game a 9 out of 10 for enjoyment. If you enjoyed this review and you want to see more like it, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when the next video drops.